practitioner sat us down. My husband and I apologized to one another. Like, we really recognize what we've done to ourselves and to each other. And we asked for forgiveness. And after that, she asked us, so do you want to be together still? And just imagine, it's like after the war, like you see all the gray dust and everything is just in pieces, and you feel hurt and raw and vulnerable, and you see the destruction, and now you're given the choice, oh, so you wanna still choose this man? And I was really surprised because I knew throughout this whole thing there was still love. And I recognized at that point, if we can hurt each other that much, we can love each other and make this good. We can do that as powerfully as we destroyed each other. You know, like we can. We're powerful. We just used it in the wrong place. Like we can because there's love. And so we chose to stay together, and that was like step one, a lot of hard work of recognition and asking for forgiveness. But step two is to actually, in this new learning, keep choosing love, not to choose fear, not to get back into the same patterns. And that was a lot of work too.
I could imagine because it's like when the practitioner asks that question for those listening, that's the crossroad. If you really think about it, it can go left, and that's when everyone realizes that the love isn't enough, because
Yeah.
sometimes it isn't.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could have gone the way it did now, where it's gone right, and you two came together and said, this is our issue or issues. We've dealt with it, we've expressed it. Now let's use some of that emotion. Let's use some of that maybe passion, and let's put it back to where it rightfully belongs, and that's in us, ourselves, and the love that we have for each other. How did that feel? Like, describe that moment when you both looked at each other and
Mm-hmm.
said, I'm sorry. I love you. Let's keep going.
Yeah. It was actually extremely beautiful, no matter how vulnerable and raw it felt within my body. You know, it was such a it's like we were like little newborns, like little chicks hatching again. We were feeling very, very vulnerable, very no masks, just no fronts, just nothing to hide anymore. Um how wow, that moment, I saw a different man before me. And I think that was the only reason I could forgive him, and the reason why I even had that yes answer is because I saw how not only did he learn from the past and what he was doing, it this experience touched him so much, the pain and everything touched him so much that I knew that this person would never ever consciously choose to go down that path ever again. Because not because he would hurt me, because it hurts to hurt someone else. If you want to recognize that, if you actually acknowledge that. And I knew that this man was someone who now fully takes responsibility for his actions, you know, and will choose not to go unconscious when these patterns play out, because he knows that every time he hurts me, every time he does something that's not true to him, that's aligned to fear and not love, it hurts him more than anyone else. And he doesn't want that pain anymore in his life, you know? So I knew that, okay, that's who he is. We were numb before. Like it's like at the beginning you asked me what's a healthy relationship. Some people say, well, old couples, you know, who've been together for decades, maybe that's healthy. But then they're also the same people who say, "Oh yeah, I love and hate, like love hate relationship with my old man," or like, "Ah yeah, you know, he annoys me all the time. Can't stand him." Like how come we think that old couples have to kind of have that nagging, bickering type of dynamic? you know? Like,
Yeah, it's odd. It's like yeah, it's like terms of endearment, right? Where someone says, "Oh, my old man," or the man says, "Oh, my old battle axe of a wife," right? It's
yeah.
but you've raised a good point where it's why is it that we view it that way? It seems like we're expecting the conflict, right? We're
Mm,
expecting the issues, saying that I am going to be with this person and we're going to have our fights. But I
mm,
look at relationships personally as instead of highs and lows, peaks and plateaus. Meaning that if we're going to break it out of 100%, let's do it out of 10. I'm going to say that we were good. We started off 0, 1, 2, all the way to 5, 6. Then we just had the 6, and then we're going up to 7, 8, and then you continue forward, right? I don't think you want to be in a situation, or most people probably would say this, that they don't want to reach a point where they're with someone and things are beautiful. It's heaven on earth, for lack of a better phrase, right? It's 10 out of 10.
yeah.
A couple months later, it's a 1 out of 10, right? Now you start to panic, you start to worry, thinking, what has changed? What has happened? What can I do to fix it?
Mhm.
Right. And the worst thing I think anyone, especially someone who's had a tough childhood, I think one of the worst things that person can experience is that when they look in the mirror, they see their parents. They see all the negativity. They see all the bad behavior. They see everything that they're trying in their soul not to become. And now they are that person.